let's begin your adventures in dreamland. Soft, surreal, and slightly cheeky sleep stories with awe and wonder. I'm Serene, your guide tonight. In a world of noise and endless options, you chose stillness with me. That means a lot. Dreamland floats across the world each night. Tell our community where we landed. And if you're vibing with Dreamland, a like and a subscribe tells the algorithm, hey, share the awe with others. And we know the world could use more wonder, more metaphysical, more of the unseen than the seen. We've forgotten we're spirit first, matter second. And if brushing your teeth didn't happen tonight, don't worry, you can still drift off with a clean conscience. Now, we return to what we are. Sleep isn't an escape. It's a temporary return, one we can't always access or remember. In the sleep state, the senses soften, the ego fades, and what remains is more of who you truly are. We forget our names, bodies, nationalities, possessions, and frailties. We unconsciously enjoy the great freedom that is native to the soul. Pure awareness, curiosity, and at the deepest fundamental level, in both physics and spirit, we are made of light, untouched by time, existing outside of it. Free, a wave in the ocean of being. So let go. You are returning to your purest form. Freedom. Your story begins. The Laundromat at the Edge of the Universe is episode 59. And lives inside our DreamScapes playlist, where surreal dreamlike stories live. One, the sock. It starts, as most journeys to the edge of the universe do, with a sock. You're folding laundry, or half folding, let's be honest. That thing where you sort of flatten things into vaguely rectangular shapes and call it good enough. The pile is warm from the dryer, and you're working through it with the enthusiasm of someone who has definitely been putting this off for 3 days. And then you notice it. A sock. Just one. Gray, or maybe blue, the kind of color that exists only in laundry and existential uncertainty. It's sitting at the edge of the pile, like it's thinking about something. You reach for it. It rolls away. Not dramatically, just enough. Just out of reach. The way socks do sometimes, you tell yourself, even though socks don't usually do anything. You reach again. It rolls further. Off the bed, onto the floor, toward the hallway. Okay, you think. This is weird, but I'm not going to be outsmarted by a sock. You follow it, down the hallway, around a corner, past a door you don't quite remember being there, tall and industrial, with a small rectangular window glowing soft and fluorescent. The sock slips underneath. You pause. This is the moment in the movie where the audience yells, "Don't open it." But the audience isn't here. And honestly, you've already come this far for a sock. You're committed now. You open the door, and on the other side, stars and linoleum, the hum of machines, the smell of detergent, and something older, something cosmic, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, flickering in rhythm with a distant pulsar. A laundromat at the edge of the universe. The sock is nowhere to be seen, but somehow you don't mind. You have a feeling it was never really about the sock. 2. The space. But first, you pause because you're standing on something soft, powdery. Your feet sink slightly, and when you look down, the dust twinkles, actually twinkles, catching light from stars that feel close enough to touch. The moon, maybe, or Mars, or somewhere that doesn't have a name yet. The silence here is absolute, the kind of quiet that doesn't exist on Earth, the kind that wraps around you like velvet. And there it is, the laundromat. You've actually called them laundromats, but this holds its original name from the 1940s, floating in the void like it's been here forever, waiting for exactly this moment. A retro neon sign buzzes and flickers above the entrance, pink and blue, glitching softly, humming with the electricity of 1,000 late nights. The letters spell out Cosmic Suds, 24 hours, give or take an eternity. Music drifts from somewhere inside, something old, something warm, like a song you forgot you knew. It mixes with the hum of the sign, the crackle of neon, the impossible quiet of space. You take a breath. The universe holds still, and then you step inside. You step inside, and the door closes softly behind you. Not a slam, just a gentle click, like it's been doing this for millennia and knows how to be polite about it. The laundromat stretches out before you, impossibly large. Rows of washing machines and dryers extending toward windows that shouldn't exist. And through those windows, the universe, the actual, honest-to-God universe, galaxies pinwheeling in slow motion, nebulas blooming in colors that don't have names, a comet drifting past, trailing what looks suspiciously like a white bedsheet. No one else seems to notice, or maybe they've just gotten used to it, because there are others here. A woman at a folding table, carefully smoothing something invisible, her hands moving with the patience of someone who's been working on this for a while. A teenager aggressively stuffing something dark and heavy into a machine labeled "Regret, hot water only." A man staring into a dryer window, watching colors tumble that look like memories. A birthday party, a slammed door, a sunset, an apology that never came. The machines hum. Not the rattling, off-balance hum of regular laundry, something deeper, something that vibrates in your chest like a lullaby sung by the cosmos. You walk further in, your footsteps soft on the linoleum. A vending machine glows in the corner, selling fabric softener, loose change from every era, and something called emotional stain remover. There's a handwritten sign taped to the closure button. Sorry, popular item, restocking soon, cosmically speaking. A bulletin board hangs near the entrance. Flyers flutter gently in a breeze that comes from nowhere. Lost. One childhood joy. Last seen. 6. If found, return to machine 12. Seeking closure. Will trade for acceptance. Or best offer. Found. One grudge, slightly faded. Has been here for 40 years. Please claim, or it goes to the lost and found. Outside the window, Saturn drifts by. Its rings catch the light like a slow-motion hula hoop. No one looks up. This is just how it is here, apparently. Laundry at the edge of everything. You're starting to understand. 3. The attendant. You find him near the back, sitting in a plastic chair that looks older than most solar systems. The attendant. He's reading a newspaper, and not just any newspaper. The date at the top says 1987. The headlines are about things you half remember from history class, or maybe from a movie. He turns the pages slowly, like he's been reading this same paper for decades and still finding new things in it. He looks up when you approach. His face is kind, worn and weathered, like he's been through a few spin cycles himself. His eyes are the color of dryer lint, if dryer lint could hold wisdom. First time? He asks. You nod. You're not sure what else to do. He folds the newspaper, carefully, methodically, like folding is its own kind of meditation, and sets it on his lap. Machines are self-explanatory, he says. Quarters are in the dish by the window. Don't use too much soap. He pauses. Most people use too much soap. Think they gotta scrub real hard to get things clean. He shakes his head slowly. Some things don't need scrubbing. They just need a soak. Time. A little warmth. You open your mouth to ask what you're supposed to wash. You came here chasing a sock, after all. Not a spiritual experience. But before you can speak, he tilts his head, studying you. Check your pockets, he says. You frown. My pockets? He picks the newspaper back up, already returning to 1987. Everyone comes in with something. Most folks don't realize they're carrying it until they get here. That's the thing about the stuff we hold on to. He turns a page. Doesn't feel heavy until you notice it. You slip your hands into your pockets. They're full. You don't remember putting anything there, but your pockets are heavy, stuffed with things you can't quite see, can't quite name, but somehow recognize. The weight of them is familiar. The weight of them is yours. The attendant doesn't look up. He just says, quietly, you'll figure out which machine. And somehow, you believe him. 4. The other customers. You wander for a bit, not ready to choose a machine yet. The pockets feel heavier now that you know they're full. So you walk, you watch, you let yourself be a tourist at the edge of existence. The woman at the folding table is still there. Up close, you can see what she's working with. It shimmers faintly, like heat rising off summer pavement. She folds it in thirds, then in half, smoothing each crease with her palm. Forgiveness, she says without looking up, takes forever to dry, but once it's done, she holds it up, a small, neat square, glowing soft like a nightlight. Worth it. You nod, like you understand. Maybe you do. Further down, the teenager is wrestling with a machine. The thing he's stuffing in keeps trying to climb back out, dark and heavy and stubborn, the color of old bruises. Stupid regret, he mutters, shoving it back down. Won't fit. Never fits. An older woman nearby glances over. Try the pre-soak, she says gently. It loosens things up, makes them easier to let go. The teenager grumbles, but hits the pre-soak button. The machine hums a little deeper. The dark thing stops fighting. By the window, a family sits on a bench. Mother, father, 2 kids. They're not talking, but they're together. Between them, in a laundry basket, sits something you can't quite see. It's got that shimmer of something unspoken, something heavy, something everyone knows about, but no one mentions. The thing we don't talk about. They're not washing it today. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe just being here with it together is enough for now. The kids kick their feet. The mother stares out at the stars. The father's hand rests near the basket, not quite touching, but close. Sometimes that's where it starts, you think. Not with washing, just with carrying it to the same room. Outside, a clothesline drifts past the window. Actual clothespins, actual sheets, billowing in the cosmic void like they belong there, which apparently they do. An astronaut floats by in the distance, gives a small wave, keeps going. No one reacts. Just another night at the laundromat. 5. Choosing a machine. You find yourself standing in front of the machines. There are dozens of them, rows and rows stretching toward the cosmic windows, each one humming with its own quiet frequency. The labels aren't like regular machines. No whites or delicates here. These say things like guilt, warm wash recommended, resentment, extra rinse cycle, old arguments, tumble low, things you should have said, gentle cycle, things you shouldn't have said, see above. One machine in the corner is permanently out of order. The sign taped to it reads, Denial, broken since the beginning of time. Parts on order, indefinitely. You almost laugh, almost. Your hands drift to your pockets again. The weight is still there, that familiar heaviness you've been carrying so long, it started to feel like part of you. You pull some of it out, just a little, just to look. It doesn't have a clear shape. It's not one thing. It's more like a tangle. Threads of different colors, different textures, all knotted together. Some parts are dark, some are faded. Some look like they used to be bright before they got wrapped up in everything else. You don't know what to call it. You're not sure you need to. You look at the machines. One of them catches your eye. Nothing special about it. Just a regular front loader with a little window and a dial that says, "Whatever you're carrying, we'll figure it out." You smile. That feels honest, at least. You open the door. The inside smells clean. Not chemical clean, but rain clean. Forest clean. The kind of clean that doesn't erase things, just softens them. You reach into your pockets, and you let go. The tangle falls in, settling at the bottom of the drum, like it's been waiting for this, like it's relieved even. You didn't realize how tired it was of being carried. You close the door. You find a quarter in the dish by the window. It's from a year that hasn't happened yet, but money is money. You drop it in. The machine hums to life, and you sit down to wait. 6, the wash cycle. You sit. There's a row of plastic chairs bolted to the floor. The same orange and yellow you'd find in any laundromat, anywhere, like the universe ordered them from the same catalog as everyone else. You pick one near your machine, settle in, and let the hum take over. The wash cycle has begun. Through the little round window, you can see it, your tangle, your whatever it is tumbling slowly in the drum. Water and soap, and something that looks like liquid starlight swirl around it, loosening the knots, softening the edges. Colors you didn't know were in there start to separate. Blues you forgot you were sad about. Reds you didn't realize were anger. Yellows that might be hope, or might just be old birthday parties. It's hypnotic, in a way, watching your stuff go round and round, getting clean, without you having to do anything except sit here and let it happen. Outside the window, a meteor shower begins, silent, spectacular, streaks of light painting the void like someone's dragging sparklers through the dark. A few other customers look up briefly, then go back to their folding, their waiting, their own quiet work. The attendant shuffles past, still holding his 1987 newspaper. "Fabric softener weather," he murmurs, nodding toward the meteor shower. "Good for the tough stains." You're not sure what that means, but you nod like you do. The machine chugs along. The water level rises, falls, rises again. Your tangle tumbles, loosening, softening, becoming something less heavy with every rotation. Somewhere across the laundromat, someone opens a dryer and a small aurora borealis escapes. Wisps of green and purple light drifting toward the ceiling before fading out. "Oops," the person says, not sounding particularly sorry. "Overwashed it." You smile. You're starting to like it here. The machine hums. You breathe. and you wait. 7. The spin cycle. The machine shifts gears. You feel it before you hear it. A change in the hum. A quickening, like a heartbeat picking up pace. The drum begins to spin faster, pressing everything inside against the walls, wringing out what needs to be wrung. The spin cycle. Through the little window, you watch your tangle flatten against the drum, water pulling away from it in streams, carrying out the things that don't belong anymore. The colors are clearer now, less muddy, less tangled. You can almost make out individual threads, and as it spins, you start to see them. Flashes, not quite memories, more like impressions, feelings with faces attached, a conversation you replayed 100 times, wondering if you said the wrong thing, a door that closed when you weren't ready, the look on someone's face that you couldn't fix, a version of yourself that tried so hard and still fell short. They spin past the window, quick, blurry, already fading. The machine is pulling them out, separating them from the fabric of you, sending them down the drain with the dirty water. It doesn't hurt exactly. It's more like release, like unclenching a fist you forgot you were making. Outside, a comet drifts by, slow, majestic, trailing a tail that looks like unspooled thread. The universe doing its own kind of laundry, you think, letting go of what it doesn't need anymore. The spin cycle slows. The drum settles. The hum softens back to something gentle. Your tangle is still there, but it's different now. Lighter, less like something you've been dragging, and more like something you're simply holding. The machine beeps softly. Time to dry. 8. The dryer. You transfer your load to the dryer, gently, carefully, the way you'd carry something newborn. It's lighter than when you put it in. You knew it would be, but feeling it is different than knowing it. What used to fill your pockets and weigh down your shoulders now fits easily in your hands. Still there, still yours, just less. The dryer is warm when you open it, already warm, like it's been waiting. You place your tangle inside, close the door with a soft click, and find the dial. The settings here are different too. Low heat for tender things. Medium when you're ready to move on. High for things that need to be done. Fluff just because it feels nice. You choose low heat, no rush. Some things deserve to be treated gently, even at the end. The dryer begins to tumble, a softer rhythm than the washer, more like a heartbeat at rest. Through the window, you watch your tangle turn, end over end, the warm air lifting it, fluffing it, drying away the last of what was weighing it down. The colors are beautiful now. You can finally see them clearly. Soft blues, faded golds, a deep purple that looks like it might have been grief once but has mellowed into something kinder. A thread of silver that catches the light, a pale green that feels like growing. Outside, the stars wheel slowly past the windows. Someone nearby pulls their load from a dryer, and a warm breeze drifts through the laundromat, carrying the scent of clean linen and something like peace. The lint trap, you notice, is full of stardust, actual stardust, glittering softly, accumulated from 1,000 washes by 1,000 travelers who came here to let go of what they didn't need. You could add yours to the pile, you realize. Leave behind whatever the dryer pulls loose. The machine tumbles on, warm, gentle, patient, almost done now. 9. The fold. The dryer chimes, a soft musical note, like a bell made of good intentions. You open the door. Warmth spills out, wrapping around your hands as you reach inside. And there it is, your tangle. Except it's not a tangle anymore. It's soft. It's smooth. It's folded in on itself like it finally figured out how to rest. You lift it out and carry it to the folding table, the same one where the woman was folding forgiveness earlier. She's gone now, but she left behind a warmth in the space, a sense that good work has been done here. You spread your load on the table. It's smaller than you expected. Not small, just right-sized. The threads that used to tangle and knot have loosened into something you can actually work with. The colors that used to bleed into each other have settled into their own spaces, distinct but not separate. You begin to fold. Not perfectly. You've never been good at perfect folds, but carefully, intentionally, the way the woman did, smoothing each crease with your palm, taking your time because there's no rush here. There never was. Fold, smooth, fold again. You don't name what you're folding. You don't need to. It's yours. That's enough. It's cleaner now, softer now, lighter now, still part of you, but no longer the heaviest part. The attendant appears beside you, silent as always. He glances at your work, nods once, that slow, approving nod of someone who's seen a lot of folding in his time. Good work, he says quietly. Some people leave it in the dryer forever, you know. Too scared to fold it. Too scared to see what it looks like after. He shrugs. But you can't take it with you if you don't fold it. You smooth the final crease. Hold up your small, neat square of whatever this is. It glows faintly in the fluorescent light. Warm, soft, carried. Where do I put it? You ask. He smiles. The first full smile you've seen from him. Same place it always was, just gentler now. You'll find room. You tuck it close to your chest. It fits perfectly. 10. The door home. The attendant gestures toward a door you hadn't noticed before. It's at the back of the laundromat, past the last row of dryers, glowing softly around the edges. Not the door you came in through. That one led to stars and silence and a sock with a sense of purpose. This one is different. This one hums with something familiar. That's you, he says. nodding toward it. When you're ready, you take one last look around. The teenager has finally gotten his regret into the machine. It's spinning now, dark but loosening. The family with the thing they don't talk about is still on the bench, but the father's hand is on the basket now. Touching it, a start. Outside the cosmic windows, a nebula blooms in slow motion, pink and gold and impossible, like the universe is doing its own kind of unfolding. The machines hum, their endless lullaby. You walk toward the door, your folded thing pressed warm against your chest, lighter than before, softer than before, still yours, just easier to carry now. You reach for the handle. "Come back any time," the attendant calls from his chair, already returning to 1987. "We're always open, cosmically speaking." You smile. You open the door, and on the other side, your room, your bed, sheets that smell like clean linen and stardust, and something you can't name but recognize as peace. You're already lying down. You must have been this whole time, or maybe time works differently when you're doing laundry at the edge of everything. It doesn't matter. You're here now. You're home. The folded thing rests warm against your heart, still there, but quiet now, clean now, ready to be carried a little while longer, but no longer dragging you down. Somewhere, far away, a laundromat hums at the edge of the universe. Machines spin, dryers tumble, people let go of what they don't need and fold what they're keeping into something they can live with. And a sock, gray or maybe blue, sits in the lost and found, waiting for its next traveler. Your eyes close. The hum of the machines becomes the hum of sleep. You are clean. You are light. You are held. Sweet dreams. Good night.